He has a question, bro.
Okay, there we go. He just walked up. I was trying to talk to him.
My question is, if there's a God, you can't tell me one single thing that God does. God does not stop man from killing man. God does not stop man from raping man. God does not stop war. God does not, well, let's just say this. Tell me one thing God does. God
okay, give me that Deuteronomy 30. Yep, let's see what God does. Read this. Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39. See now that I, even I, am he. So this is God speaking. He says, see now that I, even I am he. Read. And there is no God with me. There's no God with me. There's only one God, the Most High God. Read. I kill. Who kills? I kill. God says, I kill. Read. And I make alive. And if you do get shot and you survive that bullet wound, you survived because of me.
Right.
If you do, no. You said God don't do these things. So hold on. We're going to answer. Read. I wound. Who wounds you? I wound. And I heal. So when you survive that cancer or you die from that cancer, it's because God healed you.
Right.
Read. Hold on. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So guess what? God does all those things. God does all those things. You understand? So God does kill.
You say what you say. No. Who is speaking for God?
The prophets. The prophets speak for God.
This question. Just give me a name.
The prophets.
Yeah, give me a name.
Moses, Isaiah,
Moses.
Jeremiah.
Let's start with Moses.
Okay.
Who said there's a God? Did God tell any of you brothers that he's God? Or is we reading what Moses said God said?
Are you kidding me?
Yes, I am.
This right here is God speaking.
I didn't say that. You can say, let's listen.
So
wait a minute now, you can't talk to me.
No. Sorry, question. Do you believe in God?
We gonna talk together.
Do you believe in God?
We're not going for that. Here's my point here. You saying that Moses is speaking, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I say Frank is speaking. Now who's right?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
It's documented. That's why you write it down, sir.
I'm not disputing none of that. What you write down, let's take it like this here. Moses said what God said. Okay, let's just say all these brothers here, and I run to these brothers, and I tell these brothers, God said, etc., etc.
So you're saying, how do you know who's telling the truth?
This brother, and so they say, well, how you know Moses said? Because I said Moses said. So they say to me, well, hold on, brother.
You're taking a long time. Get to the point.
Can we go and hear what God said to you, Moses? Moses said no. So only Moses is saying what God said.
Watch this. So I got a question. So what you're saying is, how do we know what Moses said is true?
We can't know.
Yes, we can. Because there's a thing that you forget. It's called prophecy.
That's right.
It's called prophecy. What man can wake up and predict the end of time? Can you do it? You're a man, right?
What man
no,
has done
yes. Okay, watch this.
Man has done
Go to Deuteronomy 28:15. This is how we know what Moses saying was true. Watch this. I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna prove it to you. Moses, how long ago was Moses alive? Thousands of years ago, correct?
Right.
Okay. How did black people get to America?
How did slavery?
Okay, did Moses prophesy that was going to happen to us?
Any
yes
man
or no?
can prophesy that?
No, they cannot. No, they cannot. So watch this. No, answer the question. No. Because you said, how do we know what Moses said is the truth?
What you want is just you got something you can't prove.
No.
Just like
this is very true.
Illustrate to you.
Brother, if you're not gonna listen. Hey, if you can't be quiet, bro, and listen for a second.
Me to be quiet, and I can't tell you to be quiet.
Brother,
I got to ask
because this is our platform.
So what?
You ain't teaching nothing.
This is a public
Read
street.
that, Deuteronomy 28:15. This is the problem. You're an elderly man. You can't even hold your tongue. You're
the one that holding your tongue.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass. What does come to pass mean? In the future. In the future. So Moses, when he came to the people,
what I'm not talking about.
He said, I'm going to give you a future prophecy. Okay, so let's see if what Moses said was true or not. Let's see if the Bible's true, because it's semantics with the Negro.
I'm not disputing none of that.
Read. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. And black men keep breaking God's commandments, like today's God's Sabbath. If you want to keep working on God's Sabbath, and black people want to keep smoking weed, doing drugs, if you want to keep breaking God's commandments, read, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So God said curses shall come upon you. Shall, which means in the future. So let's see what Moses said was true. Let's see. Verse 68. Let's see what Moses said.
Let who talk?
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. Are you listening? No. You said something that is 100% not true. I am. But you're not trying to listen.
I'm just listening to what he's saying.
No, you're not. You're still talking.
I can tell you what it is. That's not my question to you.
Just listen and be quiet. You're doing too much talking. Read it again. Okay, what's your question?
Thank you.
Watch this. And hey, make it short.
You ain't making it short.
Not no long, elaborated speech.
Let's look at the time how long you talk and let's look at the time I have a question.
Answer, give me a question. What's your question? What's your question?
Moses said that, right or wrong?
Brother, you just said it's not about this.
You're gonna ask
so you either got the same question or a new question.
When I stepped up here, you asked me,
one question.
do you believe in God, yes or no? I asked you yes or no.
You just asked the same question again. What's wrong with you? You keep asking the same question.
Are you said that Moses... really at this, or you just trying to play like that?
Okay, here's what we're going to do. Read verse 68.
I'm not disputing none of that what you said.
Verse 68. He's contentious. Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. So the Bible prophesied, God gave Moses the prophecy that guess what? He was going to bring his people into slavery with ships. The transatlantic slave trade, which started in 1619. God prophesied it was going to happen to the Israelites, which are these people here on the sign. Which are these people here on the sign. So guess what? No, because you're not dealing right. You're contentious. You just want to argue. You just want to argue. Read on.
If I ask you a question, answer.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee. By the way he spake unto us. So the same way he told us it was going to happen thousands of years later, the transatlantic slave trade happened, which never happened before in history. It only happened one time. And God gave the word to Moses to speak it. Because God only deals with holy men that keep the commandments. See, that's the difference.
Did you read the Bible? The Bible say a man it's a shame for a man to have long hair. You ain't reading the scripture you're supposed to.
Hey, where's that at? Where it's saying in the last days there will be mockers.
What did this say about that?
Timothy?
I just said about this brother with long hair.
Get that, because he's just a mocker.
Reading the book of Matthew what it said, it's a shame for a man to have long hair.
Where's the law that said we can't have long hair?
I didn't say law.
Oh, so if there's no law, there's no sin.
Wait a minute, bro.
So hold on, because you just made a statement.
Wait a minute, wait.
Don't make a statement against me. I can have long hair.
Let me say something.
Hold on, I'm gonna answer your question. Because you just said it's a shame for a man to have long hair. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Get that in 1 Corinthians 11.
Show me what it says.
11.
Show me what it says. It's a shame for a man to have long hair.
I'm gonna show you.
There, brother. Come on,
got it?
You know that. Stop.
Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 14. Does not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him?
So let's see why it says nature itself. Because what's the nature of a man? I'm addressing you now. What's the nature of a man? You older than me. What's the nature of a man?
I'm not here to answer your question.
No, you said it's a shame for a man to have long hair.
I didn't say that.
So why? You didn't say that?
The Bible says.
Okay, so if it says nature itself says what? It's a shame for a man to have long hair. Let's see why. Read.
But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering. But if a man seem to be contentious,
what?
But if any man seem to be contentious,
what does it mean when it says if a man seems contentious?
You just said something.
Because you said you read the Bible. I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
It's yes or no.
No. Okay then, because you don't understand the Bible. It's talking about a shame for a man to have long hair if he's effeminate. If he's acting like a woman, no, that's what the Bible says. No, that's what the Bible says. When you have no understanding of the Bible, don't make bold statements. Don't make bold statements. Because guess what? Get Song of Solomon. 11 and 5. Let's see.
Bring it out.
You know who King Solomon is? You heard about him. Okay, let's see what Solomon had on his head. Read.
Song of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 11. His head is as the most fine gold.
Because he wore a crown.
His locks.
His what?
His locks
His long hair.
are bushy.
Whoa!
Locks
So,
don't determine no long.
locks means long hair.
Right.
Locks mean long braids. That's what locks mean.
No.
No, that's what the biblical definition of locks mean.
Can't be short.
It's braided, isn't it?
Yes, can it be
So
braided?
it's long hair.
Yes,
That's
right
the
on.
point. Don't try to sit up here and try
You
to
mean to
debate
tell
us
me
about the
if I
Bible.
get some
We
locks,
read
they
this
have to
Bible
be
every
long?
day.
Yes, right.
We read this
They have
Bible
to be
every
long, they
day.
have locks.
Look, whether it's long, like that's short hair.
Right.
But if it's any longer than that, bro, it's long hair.
What is the
He
lock?
has
What
bushy
is
locks.
What is locks?
Braids.
It didn't say
Braids.
It don't say length.
Braids.
It don't say length. It don't say
Braids.
length.
Officer,
Lock.
come back up.
That ain't
You're
got nothing
done,
to do
bro.
with the length.
So I can have long hair.
I didn't
Ain't
say
that
you couldn't
amazing?
have long hair.
No, you trying to say I can't have long hair.
I
You said
did.
it's a shame.
I said the
No.
Bible said,
Read,
and
come
he
on.
just
Samson
read.
wasn't manly then. What about Samson? He had long ass hair.
He didn't say that. He said he had locks. And so he said the word locks means long.
Give me,
That's interpretation.
read Psalm 111 verse 10. At the end of the day, I'm asking you, do you keep Passover?
I don't do none of that.
Okay, so you don't keep none of God's commandments.
This is what I'm trying to say. But you're going to talk over me right now. See, I can't
Yeah,
say
go
that.
ahead.
What I'm trying to get you to understand, but you're not going to accept what I'm going to say.
I'm not
going to
accept nothing of
Okay,
that.
then that's
No.
fine again. So don't expect nobody to accept nothing from
Go
you
ahead.
if you can't accept from nobody
Go
else.
ahead.
The point I'm saying now, if there's a God and you all believe in God, that's fine and then. I'm saying to you, I can tell God, no disrespect, to kiss my ass what to be. A lot more things. I can say whatever I want to say. Hear me
There you
out.
go.
Hear me out.
There you go.
Hear me out. And God is not going to do nothing. Somebody can go out
Give me
here
Proverbs
and
1.
break somebody.
Give me Proverbs
God
1.
ain't going to do nothing.
Give me
God
Proverbs
haven't
1.
stopped
Give me
nothing from
Proverbs
beginning to
1.
now.
Proverbs 1.
That ain't nothing but read something.
Proverbs 1.
What God gonna stop?
Hey,
God ain't
guess
gonna
what?
stop me from running to the bus. God ain't gonna stop me from shooting nobody.
Uh-huh.
God ain't gonna stop me from killing nobody.
Proverbs 1, and I want
God stop man from doing nothing.
verse 24. Read this. Watch this. Read
I'm listening.
this. This is what I'm going to say to you. Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 24. Because I have called. Guess what? God calls through prophets. God ain't getting off his throne to talk to you. Who are you?
Right.
You're nobody. You're nobody. This is the same God that killed everybody on the planet and started over with 3 sons and their wives. You understand?
What are you gonna do now?
So guess what?
What
This
you gonna do
time it's gonna be fire.
Okay.
And guess what? He don't care. He don't care. He gonna burn you the hell up. So listen to this. Read. Because I have called and he refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Guess what? God stretches out his hand through his Bible, through men. But guess what? Because of your pride, because you are old, prideful man, guess what? You can't even see that maybe God is trying to change your life. Read on.
What you said, maybe?
Verse 25. But ye have set at naught all my counsel. But guess what? You put God's counsel aside. The Bible, you push it to the side. You speak proud things. Say, I'm going to tell God to kiss my ashy black behind. Guess what? Every idle word man shall speak, he shall be judged. God is going to judge you for those words. Read. And with none of my reproof. And guess what? With none of my reproof. Because guess what? The only reason you're able to say that is because Christ died for you to even have grace and mercy to speak. But when you stand before God, you keep talking like that, he's going to rip your tongue out your mouth. Read on. I will also laugh at your calamity. But guess what God's going to do when your calamity comes? Because guess what? The Bible prophesies, guess what? Famine is coming to America. Famine is coming. If you've been paying attention to the news, they already said they have no water in Mississippi. Lake Mead is drying up. All the food is drying up. So guess what? When your calamity comes, brother, and you have no food to eat, and you have no food to eat, this is what God's going to say. I will not when your fear is come. So guess what? When your fear comes, and you looking death in the eyes and you crying, begging, pleading for God to help you, he said he's going to laugh at you. He's going to laugh at you. That's not okay.
God don't answer man.
So with that, hey, get that for me in Psalms. Get that with me in Psalms. You know what I want. He don't believe in God.
I didn't say that. See
you
that?
don't.
You
hey,
told all
give me
these
Sirach.
guys.
Hey, Sirach 32.
Oh,
I'm gonna prove you don't believe in
just
God.
like he said to you. He said to you. He
don't
said,
believe in
I
God.
don't believe
You
in God. Did I
You
tell
don't.
you that? Be a man. You can't. Did I tell you that? Did I tell you that? Did I tell you that? What's the question?
Sirach chapter 32 and verse 24.
I tell
He that believeth
no.
in the Lord taketh heed to the commandment. Read it again. Let's see if he believes in God. He that believeth in the Lord taketh heed to the commandment. So if you believe in God, a man or woman that believes in God takes heed to the commandment, the Bible.
You
the
told
Bible.
these guys,
the Bible. So based off of your conversation,
I don't believe in
based
God.
off your
I never told
conversation,
nobody that.
it's evident. Your actions, your body language, it shows it. You don't believe.
So you're going to
You
just
don't
say,
believe.
I can say to him, well, your body language.
So once again, get that for me in Sirach. In Sirach 19.
You all
No,
stop
man.
that. When y'all standing on truth.
Last verse.
But he didn't say that.
Watch it. Read that again. Verse 29.
I didn't say that.
Sirach chapter 19 and verse 29. A man may be known by his looks. So first and foremost, a man is known by his looks.
What you mean by that? What you mean by that?
And one that hath understanding by his countenance. And one of understanding by his countenance. When you're talking to him, you see his countenance, his actions, how he's talking. All of these things, read. When thou meetest him, a man's attire and excessive laughter and gait show what he is. So all of your characteristics, everything you're doing, the blasphemous things you're saying, right? Your contentiousness. The Bible says not to interrupt men in the midst of their speech. That's a commandment. That's a commandment. That's a commandment. So guess what? I know for a fact. You probably believe in Christianity. You believe in Christianity.
This guy told all of y'all I didn't believe in God.
You don't believe.
So now you just don't take what he said.
So go back to where you was at.
Let's just show you how phony
You don't believe. You don't believe in God.
That, brother.
What color is Christ?
Color.
What color is he? What color is Christ? Watch this.
I never seen it.
What color? Give me that for me first. I'm telling you, this is what the Bible said. If you deny that Christ came in the flesh, what color is he? What color is he?
This try anybody just hear me say I don't know. So now you tell them. Wait a minute.
You don't know.
You ain't gonna wait now. What if you tell them I said purple? And I didn't say purple.
Hold on. How old are you? How old are you? 66 years old. So 66 years, you've never read in the Bible what Christ's color looked like, but you believe in him.
This guy is totally a whack God.
You believe in God, but you don't even know what his son looked
now
like.
I believe in God. Earlier you said I didn't believe in God.
I'm speaking rhetorically. You don't. You don't.
Which one is it? I don't.
You don't. It's called sarcasm. You don't.
Oh, it's sarcasm now.
So watch this. Get that for me, 1 John.
I never said that.
1 John 3.
It's like you in court and excuse or something. I never said that.
Right here, where it says.
Well, I thought you said it.
It says he doesn't come in the flesh. Read that right there.
What color is God?
Right there.
If God.
1 John chapter 4 and verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit. So the Bible says believe not every spirit.
So which one do you believe?
Believe not every spirit.
So which one?
But try the spirits. No, we try the spirits. How do you try the spirit? How can you know if a man truly believes in God or if a man is a liar, a false prophet and deceiver?
Well, how would you know it in 24
Because the
hours?
Bible.
How would you know it in
Because the
24
Bible.
hours?
That's right. Because the Bible.
Would you know it in
Because the
24
Bible.
hours?
Because a believer, they're going to bear
hours?
witness with this.
Would you know it in
It don't
24
take 24 hours.
How long it take?
But try the spirits, whether they are of God. So just like I said, based off the conversation, based off of your spirit, how you behaving and conducting yourself, I know for a fact you don't believe in the God of this Bible. You probably follow Christianity.
Right.
You probably follow Christianity.
He probably
follow it. But guess what? You don't follow the God of this Bible.
He's probably a murderer.
Because
he's probably a sex
many false prophets are going out into the world. Because guess what? Amongst us, there are many men and women that want to speak on God, and they have no dealings with God. They don't keep none of God's commandments. Just like you said, I don't keep Passover. I don't keep none of those. You said that. You said that. The men of God keep Passover. The men of God keep the Sabbath. The men of God keep tabernacles. The men of God keep Day of Atonement. The men of God keep the new moon. The men of God keep God's holy days. So when you say you keep none of them, that means you have no dealings with God. You're a false prophet and a deceiver, a liar. Read on. Verse 2, hereby know ye the Spirit of God. So this is how you know if a man has the Spirit of God. If you have the Spirit of God, you will respond differently to the question I asked you. Because if you have the Spirit of God, this is what you would do. Every spirit that confesseth that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh.
Every man that confesses that Jesus Christ came in the flesh, what comes with flesh? Skin tone, color. Jesus Christ is a black man.
That's
That's when you know you have the Spirit of God.
That's right.
Not, I don't know what he looked like. How? The greatest man to walk the earth, you don't know what he looked like?
Bring it up.
The Messiah, you don't know what he looks like?
Right on.
Read on. He's a black man. When you confess that, you have the Spirit of God.
That's
We
right.
got the Spirit of God. Read.
And every spirit that confesseth not.
Any man that confesses not, I don't know what he looked like. I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. What does God say they are?
Every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh
I haven't seen him.
is not of God.
You are not of God.
That's right.
Period.
Right
You are not of God. You are not of God. No, you sick.
Okay.
And we're trying to give you the medicine.
Right.
Because what man, the Son of God, the greatest man to walk the earth, died so you can even speak them arrogant words that's coming out your mouth right now.
Bring it out.
You understand?
Can I say something?
So you don't have the Spirit of
Can I
God.
say something
But guess
for
what? If you want to humble down, give me Ecclesiastes 5. You've been talking enough. You've been talking enough. Guess what? Hey, guess what? Guess what? When we came out of Egypt the first time, there's a reason God killed the first and second generation. Because old men like you stuck in your ways. You stuck in your ways and you're going to die in them.